What is going on, guys? It's Crazy Pickle with another Skyforge video. So finally the new update is here. There is a new region or new planet, whatever you're gonna call it, which is called Terra, and there's a lot of actually other things that came into the game. So what we're going to do right now is we're going to just go to the website and look all the patch notes that we actually got it for this update. So let's just go ahead and head out to the website, and I'm gonna go and read through that. Then I'll go back to the game and I'm just gonna show and kind of try to go a little bit quick over everything, and I don't want to make that video too long, so let's go ahead and head out to the website. Alright, so here we are in the patch notes and updates for the New Horizon update. So the important part is added new planet Terra, new adventures await immortals in the Mechanoid homeland. I was actually surprised that it's actually Mechanoid's homeland, so I was thinking kind of like a Terra, even the name of it could be like a Fight Night thing, but I guess I'm wrong, so I don't really know a lot about the lore and storyline and all the other planets and homelands of other invaded enemies. So added a new game mechanic programs. It allows immortals to manage the development of the new planet. So added a new enemy, the Draconides, I believe I pronounced that right. You will study the race and learn their plans. Added a new directive interface that replaced the old directives of the Council of Gods. They include all current activities that let you get the maximum reward for the day. I will go over the directives in a separate video as well, but just gonna give you an idea, show you a little bit how it actually looks like. I'm pretty sure you already know, you already did, you already tried, and things like that. So the change the system of bastions, divine I can't pronounce that, and of course the scaling system, which should help beginner. The way, the funny part that they mentioned, help beginners make progress faster. It does help. I would pretty much sure it would help. The way I think I would do is I will try to do the new character and see how hard it is after the god, when you receive the god form, and actually how hard it is to do the missions and things like that as a new player. So now they're talking about the stronghold. Bastions no longer increase the player's might. A new structure in the capital, the stronghold, consolidates might provided by all bastions. So they just put all the might from each bastion into the one place, and it also have a rank. So I will go in the game over that as well. You can learn more about the changes, blah blah blah. Okay, decrease the number of quests required to unlock new symbols. Okay, I believe they decreased the number of quests in the bastions to unlock new symbols. That's probably what they meant. When building a new bastion, player will not see a tooltip informing them that they need to get new quest. Okay. Updated the order of symbols from the 4th and 5th bastions in the symbol interface. It now reflects in order in which they are unlocked. Okay. Change the spots where characters appear in the capital, Antis Valley, and invaded region. Characters will no longer spawn in the same spot. Sometimes I think I'm spawning still in the same spot time to time. Okay, so the scaling system, this is the kind of an important part. I will actually talk about that as well. Updated the scaling system. If a character needs to have their rank increased in order to enter an adventure, they will also gain additional bonuses from Flavius's laboratory and the Temple of Deeds. If their rank needs to be lowered, some bonuses will be disabled. So pretty much every scaled mission, like invasion missions, training avatar, all the scaled missions, or possibly the regions as well, so I'm not so sure about the regions. I think it says it over here, so some additional will be disabled. In the updated scaling system, only the nodes that directly boost damage, health, or survivability will be available. Scaling does not affect the cost of divine form, cooldown of abilities, and other similar bonuses. Bonuses from Flavius's laboratory that increase various stats are not applied. Characters and monsters stats are increased by scaling system. So the monsters also increased, their stats increased. So I believe it's not going to be as simple as it was before. You can learn more about that. Okay, so the new mechanics, class symbols. This is a pretty good, this is a new thing. Everybody's just doing this right now, trying to get the symbols they want for each class. So each class has 3 symbols. I believe total symbols would be 45. So complete storyline quest on Terra to unlock the 3 unique symbols for each class. They will let you unlock new abilities or passive bonuses. You can use them both in PvE and PvP adventures, but only one at the time. As an example, the Necromancer class symbols are listed below. Will of the Dead raises a fallen ally as so we're just gonna go over the abilities probably in a separate video, but you get an idea. I'm pretty sure you already, if you pass that storyline stage in the game, I'm pretty sure you already passed that, and you might see the symbols in your symbols menu in the game. So we're definitely gonna go over each ability in the separate video, and since it's gonna take me a little bit also to read about the abilities, see which one sounds good, because there is no way for me to actually test it, and it's actually really hard to do the stuff for this specific symbols. So there's a lot of things you need to do. Well, not a lot of things, it's just kind of hard actually to do it. Okay, so the classes. Archer, the remaining time of Electric Bear is displayed in the list of effects. The cool, okay, so there's some kind of changes on classes. Paladin, the remaining time of Holy Ground is displayed in a list of effects. So this is also the important part on the Groove Walker. So what they change is change the Protector of Nature talent. The Groove Walker's attacks generates 400% more threat, which is energy, and the first attack on a monster in a fight grants the rapid growth effect to the Groove Walker, which provides passive energy regeneration until they use their fighter form. And the Deadly Thorns, which is when you're in the fighter form, it's your right click, deal twice as much damage and consume twice as much energy per second. So when you're actually gonna use that ability in your fighter form, it looks like the duration lower than it was before. You will definitely notice if you play the Groove Walker. But as they said, it's a twice damage and consume twice as much energy. That's why the spinning part is kind of feels like the timing is reduced, like for how long you spin. And its duration, oh, it's also, yeah, duration is reduced 2 times. So here we go. Added a cooldown 6 seconds, and Deadly Thorns force monsters to attack the Groove Walker for the duration and for 4 more seconds after it ends. So it taunts for whatever it taunts seconds plus additional 4 after the taunt is disappeared. So while the ability is active, the Groove Walker's movement speed is reduced by 30%, and you will definitely notice that. But it's still good. So it's kind of like, you know, it's gonna be a little bit different, because if you get used to that spinning part that you just like, you spin once and then boom, you spin it again. So it's gonna be, you're gonna have to get used to that as well. So the Cryomancer, the maximum number of the intense cooling effects on the target is increased to 6. The slowing effect for each intense cooling is reduced by 10. Intense cooling effect now disappear over 5 seconds instead of 12. I think the cooling effect, I mean the intense cooling effect, is when you throw the spear at the enemy, it put that debuff. I believe that's what it is. I might be wrong, so I will definitely go over that. Maybe not in this video, maybe also the different video as well. So kind of the classes that kind of get the changes on the classes. So I will go in a separate video as well and see how good, bad, or whatever it is. So the Necromancer, the cooldown of Ghostly Flow has been reduced to 6 minutes. The slowing effect from Ghostly Flow is now displayed correctly, and the effect gradually grows weaker until it ends from 90% to 0. Oh, there you go. Alchemist. Change the logic of the creeping horror effect effect. The chance of getting it now depends on the number of detonated acid solution effects plus 6% for each effect, and combustible solution, which is, so the acidic solution is your left click, combustible solution is your right click, effect plus 3% for each. Okay. Reduce the cost of predatory ectoplasm from 650 to 625. Oh, so by 25 energy they reduce just regular ectoplasm if you don't so it doesn't, if it doesn't pop on the left side of your character, if you just want to use your ectoplasm, instead of 650 you're gonna eat 6. Okay, wow, that's a lot of energy I'm gonna save, seriously. Combustible solution now restores 250 points of catalyst instead of 220. Damage from the explosion has been increased by 25%. The maximum number of effects has been reduced to 4. Acidic solution now restores 125 points of catalyst instead of 100. Addressed a few issues related to the alchemist manipulators. Okay. So so what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go each, well, I'm not gonna talk about archer, paladin, just gonna groove walker, cryomancer, necromancer, and alchemist. Or maybe not a necromancer. So I think the ghostly flow is the ultimate ability, I believe. So kind of the big changes that I'm actually concerned is groove walker, cryomancer, maybe not as much as cryomancer, but I would maybe groove walker and alchemist, I guess, because they do have a lot of big changes. So yeah, I'm just gonna be groove walker, alchemist. I think the other classes are not a big deal at the moment. So the divine specializations, am I pronouncing that right? Maybe not. Addressed an issue where you could get 2 bonuses from God's Army. Okay, so there you go. They can actually fix that, because you can get the 2 God's Army effects if you use regular God's Army and if you're in an Elder God form. So you can get the 2 bonuses that last for that 12 seconds, and in which will boost your damage like crazy. Addressed an issue where you could get the bonus from God's Army while having immunity to God's Army. I never actually noticed that, so I didn't actually ever get when I have the still immunity to God's Army. I never get the new God's Army anyway. So maybe at some people, maybe it happened just time to time, so maybe it didn't affect everybody. Addressed an issue where the implacable wrath bonus did not work. Not sure what it is. Divine healing and willpower now correctly reset the cooldown. Address an issue where scorching light and warming light prolonged the effect of the divine form, even if the character was in the group. Yeah, it's divine abilities in the divine buildings. Okay. So the general Thea and Ten Wasteland in invaded region will now have the current seasonal rank. It will increase with every invasion season. The same rules will apply to the new planet Terra. Exit incumbent will speed up the recharge rate of class change the logic of how equipment containers are given during the search of treasures. Immortals that not have yet unlocked their divine form will receive containers with equipment appropriate to their prestige rank. Some changes on Ingar test area. 3 feet summoned by 1000. Okay. Metarchus' staff, which is the divine weapon, addressed an issue where the last barrier effect could last longer than 6 seconds, and some changes in Battle Royale. New achievements, character, adventures, research. Alright, so let's go back to the game and actually go and see how it looks like and things like that. Alright, so we are in the game and here we go. So the directives. If you're on a PC, you push your button K and this will open. So this is how the directive looks like. It has 6 different blocks: trial, invasion, battles, group, region, squads. Like I said, I will go over the directives in a separate video. I will explain everything as possible. So I already did some of it, tried it, some of it, and things like that. So don't mind the rewards at the moment. It will be all explained in a separate video. So let's go to the capital. Here we go, new building, stronghold. So the maximum rank should be 150, but as you can see, it's 149 and 100%. And this the items, stronghold resources you need to upgrade the stronghold. So pretty simple. Every rank you will get a different reward. It could be magical chest, could be ancient chest, could be something else. And of course you will see your 5 trophies for your stronghold. So this is where all your might right now from the bastions. If you, let's say, go to the bastions and open bastions, it's gonna be only symbols. So which kind of makes sense. It's pretty cool because capital kind of was empty. So here we go, we got extra building. Temple of Deeds. So let's look at the Temple of Deeds. Definitely a lot. They did a lot of work on that because you have to combine. So we do have 1, 2, 3, 4. Travel's kind of the same, but still it was combined with some other divine abilities or nodes. But we have 1, 2, 3, 4, and before we had what? 3, 3, 6, 7. I think we had 8, right? So they decreased by 4, so they combined most of the abilities that gives you most of the boost to your damage, health, critical, whatever it is, whatever stats you need. So kind of combine on all of that. Oops. And Hall of Knowledge, Willpower, War, and Travels. Travels kind of stay the same, but they actually change the way symbol look like. But for the most part, it did affect possibly a little bit, I would say. I think the invasion missions before, if you solo the invasion mission, let's say Land in a Hand, I think before the maximum faith you can use, it was 100. I think now it's 126. So it's a little bit more than that. So you don't get the full reduction that we did before. Maybe some other stuff as well, like damage to bosses, damage to elite enemies and things like that. So I will go over each ability, we'll read through that each ability, what it actually gives. Hopefully I might notice some differences because I should have kind of do at least a screenshot for previous Hall of Gods, whatever it is, how it looks like, what it actually gives. That way we can actually compare, but of course I didn't do that, so I will try to see if I can remember and see if there is anything out of place. So that's the Divine Deeds. I believe that the Cathedral no longer gives you daily credit reward. Towers stay the same. Flavius Laboratory. So yeah, let's go to the symbols. So let's just try to go over the symbols real quick. So when you get to the specific storyline quests and you get to when you have to actually get your first symbol, you will get that really fast because it's kind of like a training. It's kind of like the introducing you to the new symbol, so you will get your first symbol really fast, but after that it's gonna be really hard to do it. So the one thing I will give you the advice when you get to that quest, if you still didn't do it, if you haven't finished it, pay attention on the map because it should be 3, because you do have 3 different ability symbols. This is the red one, yellow one, and the green one. So it should be 3 different quests on the map during that storyline introducing you to the symbols. It should be, I believe, also green, yellow, and red. So you can actually choose which one you want to do and which one you want to get. And of course you have to play specific class to actually get the symbol for that class you want to. So kind of keep in mind, and it's not easy stuff to do, so it's really hard. So you better just choose the class that actually easy to kill enemies, because like if you want to get something in Alchemist, trust me, you're not gonna get it. And it is the single quest, so you cannot invite people to your team and do it together, so you can't do that. It's a solo part. So let's see the outlaw. So each class has 3 different symbols. Every symbol has different color, like I said, red, yellow, and green. We definitely, since it's 45 symbols, we're definitely not gonna do it right now, but you get an idea. Some of the symbols could be pretty good, some of them could be like whatever, it's not a big deal, or suck or something like that. So but yeah, we're gonna go over each new symbol ability in a separate video as well. And by the time I will make that video, I will definitely gonna read it first, go through each ability, see if it sounds good or not, and things like that. So, and maybe you will get an idea which one you want to get first, second, third, etc. So that's the symbols. Each class has it. Unfortunately, you can only use one at the time, so you better choose wisely, and probably gonna get on a class that you're playing a lot. And again, choose wisely, read through the description, maybe ask around, you know, maybe some people will help you out as well. So let's see what else. We're not gonna go about the achievements, it's not a big deal. So the scaling system. So we did the Makavan tonight, right? And I'm pretty sure a lot of you already did as well, and it's not an easy task to do. I mean, it's doable, you can still do it as long as you know. I'm pretty sure most of you already know the mechanics, but people who doesn't know the mechanics, trust me, it's gonna be kind of tough thing, and a lot of people might be frustrated as well. But it's not an easy task to do right now, since it's a scaled mission as well. And it seems like, I think when before they introduced the new equipment system, or actually like it was like long time ago, before they changed everything, when I remember that the Travatar wasn't easy actually to do it as well. But when they start changing the equipment system and all that, so it becomes super easy. You just walk in, you one shot everything, and like you just walk in and everything just dies, and you like, okay, so you could finish like training Avatar like 2 minutes or something like that, maybe even faster. But yeah, right now it's not an easy to do, so it's doable, you can still do it. Just have to use full team, right classes, and just kill everything and do the strategy on the last boss, follow the mechanics and things like that. So that's another part. Another part that I was reading about the patch notes, the program system. I believe if you push Shift plus G, that's the program part, right? You can see the people, the numbers right here. It's how many quests they actually completed. I think one quest gives you 1 point, and of course you get the rewards. Right now it's top 10. It's kind of like operation, just in the Terra region, and you have to do just basic quests in the region. It has a timer on it. So we see the current stage progress is 100%, increases as you complete quest, decreases if you fail to defend the Terra 1 station. Oh, okay, so see, there you go. And then of course we can see the different symbols, fortification, add additional frontier titans. So as you do the quest, as you progress, so it like upgrades your station, Terra station. You get all these things, but of course, like, people was doing it probably for 2 days, and here we are, just like right here. Maybe not everybody's doing it because it's really kind of tough to do. A lot of new enemies, those lizards, are actually takes time to kill because they do have new abilities, they do have tricky abilities and things like that, so you have to be careful how you fight them. But yeah, and here we are, the Pantheon rating as well. So how many people participate in total Pantheon rank, for how many quests people are completing it. So pretty much this person, 21 quests completed. By the, let's say if he will stay the same, then in 36 minutes it's going to be plus 21 towards his Pantheon. So that's that. And we can see the Terra right here. Here's that portal. We can see the moon, we can see our planet. But yeah, Terra looks kind of pretty good. There is a old city. Here's the map. Yeah, that's the old city right here. There's the far away, the Crimson Wasteland, which is completely like nothing there. It's like literally nothing there. Like a few bases of those lizards, they're kind of sitting there. And that section with those mushrooms right there, it's kind of a Fight Night section as well. So yeah, just run around, have fun, kill new enemies, do some quests. But again, it's at some part, like when you're fighting the lizards, not easy to do. When you're fighting Fight Nights, it's just nothing. They still die really fast and things like that. Did I talk about everything that I wanted to talk about? I think I did. So we do get the new storyline as well. I'm kind of stuck in the first expedition, so some people was thinking that it's bugged. You can progress farther because you have no idea what to do. It says the search first expedition traces on Terra, but there is no mark on the map where to go and what to do. So, and this is stay the same, stories stay the same, and yeah, pretty much that's all. We're also gonna talk about the Stronghold probably in a separate video as well, but I don't think there's too much talk about it, but maybe some tips and tricks I kind of figured while I was doing it. And yes, so I think that's all I wanted to say. That's all updates. I will definitely maybe create a new character and see how hard or how easy, as they saying that it's gonna help new players to progress faster, to do missions is a little bit easier than it was before. I'm gonna try it myself and we'll see. So yes guys, there is a lot of things to cover for me. Directives, the Terra, definitely I'll try to do the storyline, full storyline quest videos and things like that. So if you're stuck at some point, if you have any questions, because I already played for 2 days since the update, if you do have any questions, don't hesitate and ask me in the comments down below. I will respond to everyone. And yes, so this is it for this video guys. If you liked it, please smash that like button and don't forget to subscribe if you haven't yet, and activate notification button that you won't miss new video I post. You can also follow me on Twitter and join my Discord server. All the links will be in the description guys. Until the next time, take care.